Hello, this is Brooks Whittington with halfwheel.com. Today we're taking a look at a very interesting cutter named the Quasar Punch from Colibri. Now, as the name indicates, this Quasar Punch is part of the Quasar Series from Colibri, which is a series of accessories that started in 2014 with a collaboration with Daniel Marshall, a humidor. They all have the same basic hobnail pattern to them, and the design look was inspired by a Multric lighter from the 1960s that Colibri produced. Now, this is a three-punch cutter that actually has three different size punches, as you can see there. There you have a smaller punch, which is on this side and has 7mm size. The middle punch is a 9mm size, and the bigger punch is a 12mm size. These cutters come in three different finishes: matte red, which you can see here, as well as metallic charcoal, metallic silver, and metallic black, all of which cost same $59. Now, I used this cutter for about 2 months on just about every single cigar I reviewed, except for torpedoes, which I'll get to in a second. And I can safely say that this is pretty much the best punch cutter that I've used. I don't use punch cutters a lot, mostly because of the main problem that I have with them is versatility. Usually you only have one or two different cutters sizes, and I usually like to have different choices when I'm deciding on which cigar to smoke or which review to do. This one has three, which is essentially the main advantage to this cutter, which is three different sizes means that every time where you go you can have three different options in terms of how big you want the actual blades and the actual hole itself for your cigars. In order to use it, it's very simple. You basically take a cigar, which is a Robusto here. I'm going to choose the middle cut on this one, the middle blade. You push in very, very easily and then pop out, and you have yourself a very, very clean cut, as you can see. There's no issues with ends or caps or anything like that. It just comes right off, and very, very clean and very, very easy to use. Also, another advantage to this, the idea that a lot of times with these punch cutters you have to dig it out or something of that nature, the cap itself. With this one, it just pops right out, close it, and it pops right out. Easy as pie. What you say, what about a larger cigar? Well, you've got a nice 60 ring gauge here. Pop it open, and you can actually I'll use a larger one on this one just to show you. And you basically just push that in as you normally would. Kind of rotate it a little bit and then pull out, and you have yourself a very, very clean cut, as you can see here. No problems at all with the actual cap coming off or anything of that nature. And then, as mentioned before, you basically just pop that thing out. It comes right out. Now, there were some disadvantages to this cutter. As good as it is, the problem is that it is a punch cutter, and therefore torpedoes are very difficult to cut with it if you can do it at all. You can do that on the side if you want to. I prefer not to, and so basically I just straight cut any torpedoes that I had. Another disadvantage is the fact that, as with a couple of the other in the series, accessories in the series, the paint is actually coming off just a little bit, and some of these different parts to the actual cutter itself. And you can see that if you look right here on the edge. You see that on top there? A little bit of white speckling coming off. And then you can actually see that right here on the edge of the actual cutter as well, this white piece here. And that's it's not a huge issue at all, but it is something that to be aware of if you're buying it. In the end, this is essentially the best punch cutter I've ever used. It's versatile, it's easy to use, it's very high quality other than the paint issue, and it's very good looking, and it'll last forever. So for halfwheel.com, this is Brooks Whittington. If you want other reviews of cutters, cigars, humidors, everything cigar related, as well as news, check out halfwheel.com.